The Independent Police Investigative Directorate (IPID) has recommended disciplinary action against two members of South African Police Service, including a senior officer charged with protecting President Cyril Ramaphosa, for their alleged involvement in a cover-up linked to the controversial 2020 Phala farm theft. The findings emerge from a newly declassified IPID report examining the conduct of the Presidential Protection Service unit following the burglary at Ramaphosa's Limpopo farm in February 2020. During the incident, millions in foreign currency, reportedly proceeds from game sales, were stolen. At the center of the investigation are Major General Wally Rood, head of the Presidential Protection Service, and Constable H. Ricoto, both of whom have been implicated in actions that IPID says undermined legal procedures and the integrity of the police service. According to the report, both officers played a central role in what investigators describe as an alleged cover-up of the theft. While Ricotta submitted a sworn affidavit in January 2023 responding to the allegations, Rudy failed to provide any formal response despite initially indicating he would do so after the State of the Nation address. IPID's investigation found that shortly after the burglary, President Cyril Ramaphosa informed Rudy of the break-in. However, instead of following proper legal channels, Rudy allegedly failed to report the crime in accordance with Section 13(2) of the SAPS Act, which obliges officers to inform their commanding officers of criminal incidents. Rather than escalating the matter to then National Police Commissioner Kehla Sithole, who reportedly only became aware of the theft through media reports after his tenure. Rudy is said to have informed a subordinate and taken matters into his own hands. The report further states that Rudy did not register a formal case docket for housebreaking and theft, a critical step in initiating any legitimate criminal investigation. Instead, he allegedly conducted an unauthorized parallel investigation, leading a covert operation to track down suspects and recover the stolen funds. IPID raised serious concerns about the methods employed during this operation. Suspects were reportedly interrogated at the farm, and individuals who were not officially authorized appeared to participate in the process. The report notes the only reasonable inference is that these individuals formed part of a team assembled to trace and track suspects, suggesting unlawful apprehension and interrogation. Constable Ricotta's conduct also came under scrutiny. IPID found that in March 2020, he traveled to Cape Town under the pretext of attending official meetings with the presidency. However, investigators determined that no such meetings took place. Instead, Ricotta was allegedly conducting surveillance on individuals suspected of involvement in the theft. He was unable to produce any documentation, such as meeting minutes or attendance registers, to substantiate his claims. Submitting only draft investigation notes, IPID concluded that this constituted a deliberate misrepresentation of official duties. The report also details how both officers allegedly falsified travel documentation and misused state resources. Rudy, in particular, is accused of authorizing unnecessary trips, duplicating operational roles, and incurring what IPID described as fruitless and wasteful expenditure. Additional concerns were raised. Trips to Upington and Namibia involving presidential envoy Dr. Bejane Chauke, who, according to SAPS policy, does not qualify as a VIP entitled to such protection services. In a particular damning observation, IPID stated that Rudy repeatedly invoked the president's name while conducting these unauthorized investigations, raising questions about the abuse of authority and influence. As a result of its findings, IPID has recommended that both officers face disciplinary proceedings under SAPS regulations. The charges include failure to comply with legal obligations, conducting investigations, official mandates, falsifying records, and acting in a manner deemed improper, disgraceful, and unacceptable. And so the conduct of these members detrimentally affects the image of the service, urging that disciplinary processes be expedited. The declassification of the report follows a protracted legal battle initiated by Action SA and the African Transformation Movement ATM, who filed applications under the Promotion of Access to Information Act PAIA. The report had initially been withheld, with suspended Police Minister Senzo Mchunu indicating it will remain classified. Action SA National Chairperson Michael Beaumont welcomed the report's release but criticized the delays, accusing authorities of obstructing transparency through administrative excuses such as technical failures and ignored appeals, and said it was only after court action was imminent that the report was declassified, adding that his party will now push for parliamentary inquiry into the failure to act on IPID's recommendations. Meanwhile, the broader Phala-Phala saga remains unresolved in the courts. The Constitutional Court of South Africa has confirmed that it is at an advanced stage in preparing its long-awaited judgment on the matter, with a ruling expected within weeks. The case stems from an application by the Economic Freedom Fighters, which is seeking to revive the controversy after Parliament declined in December 2022 to adopt a Section 89 panel report suggesting that President Ramaphosa may have a case to answer. Frustrated by the delay, now exceeding 480 days since the hearing, the Economic Freedom Fighters has staged protest outside the Constitutional Court, arguing that the prolonged wait undermines judicial accountability and public confidence. As pressure mounts from both political parties and public, the IPID report adds another layer of scrutiny to a scandal that continues to test the boundaries of accountability at the highest levels of government.
I'm sure by now EFF but we will never get tired. We are going to continue to come back here. EFF, release the Phala-Phala judgment. That is the only thing that we're asking of you. So we're going to come here. The Commander-in-Chief, Julius Sello Malema, made it very clear and gave a direct command to the structures of the EFF in Gauteng that every month we are going to be here. It's going to be a month of continuous reminder, of continuous lobbying that you must release the Phala-Phala judgment.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.